The second coming of Tyrann Mathieu resides in Atlanta, Georgia now, and his name is Bowman Jr. They pretty much have the same body, they play just alike, just as instinctual, and you can put them anywhere. The flexibility that they both have is unmatched at the safety position, and I just really don't know how he was there in the 4th round, but I'm glad we got him. Anyways, guys, if you guys do enjoy this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more. I upload Falcons content, and without further ado, let's go on and get into this video. All right, so first of all, like, none of these clips are mine. I was able to find them online, okay? So shout out to the people who actually put these clips together. And this video right here is 45 seconds. I'm not gonna use every single play from here. I just wanna use a few just to, like, you know, showcase what I like about them. So for the first play, what BYU was doing, they're doing something called a shallow screen. So it's a screen pass, but you typically do this with guys who are good with the ball after the catch. So right here, you're going to get this number 1 receiver. He's going to run a shallow route on the line of scrimmage, but then once he crosses this tackle, he's going to go behind the line, okay? That way, these guys up here that are blocking, they can go get their guys and put their hands on them, okay? And, you know, you really can't do this in the league. You really can't put hands on the receivers or DBs as a blocker for screen passes, okay? Until the guy gets the ball. But with college, if he's behind the line, I think you can actually go up there and, you know, get the guys, right? And then Billy's right here. He's playing center field. Nonetheless, this type of concept is just easy to get, you know, safe and efficient. Get the ball in your guys' hands, right? Get them on the move. One thing I do like about them, just like Xavier Watts, just like Jesse, like, they have a really quick trigger. They play the game, like the coaches said, they play it above the net. Now, Billy, he's a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more feisty, but you can see he's not an idiot. He's smart, okay? So he's going to see this manifest, like, really quickly, okay? So check it out. You're seeing he's already looking over here. Well, for one, they're on the right hash, so he's already looking over here and seeing what's happening. But once he sees this shallow route develop and he's walking up and he sees it, he's like, oh shit, they're about to do a shallow screen, and he's triggering on it, and he's not even letting these guys get their hands on him, okay? And also, one thing I do like about this clip, and it's not even just this clip in general, I've set up here, I've tried to watch as much of him as I can before I, like, just went to go look for clips, right? But one thing I do like about him is he's just like Minkah Fitzpatrick in some ways, where if he doesn't have to rotate into a different assignment post snap, he's always taking steps forward, right? That's what you like. Most safeties, when they're playing, or most safeties in the league, they're going to go back. That's their natural instinct. But just like Minkah, he's either going to sit here or he's going to move forward. And I like that he's moving forward about 8 times out of 10, right? Because Oklahoma, they did a lot of post snap rotations that were kind of crazy, but Billy, he was super aggressive. He's always moving forward, and you like that out of a defender who's never giving up ground, who's always taking ground away. And as you can see, they got a negative play out of it, and I like that about him. All right, so right here, what Texas is doing, I think this is like from the 2023-2024 season, right? But they're gonna do a pop pass, right? So what that pretty much is, so basically a pop pass is when it's going to be a run action up here in the middle, but you're getting a tight end. He's gonna be in line most of the time on the line of scrimmage. He's going to, like, just bend up the field and release and look for the ball really quickly, okay? And so what you're trying to do is you're trying to get these linebackers to bite up into the run, and there's going to be a void, like, right about here created, you know, to hit that little pop pass. Especially, this is really good in the red zone, right? And this is where they pretty much are. They're pretty much in, you know, about, you know, the 20 to 15, right? But you're going to see it manifest right here. So look, they're going to do the run action, right? And they're reading these guys over here. They're reading this guy, right? So once he's gonna sit here, this is the first read. Okay, he's sitting. We can pull it, and now we look at this guy, and you see he's already sucked up into that. And once again, look at Billy over here. Like, this kind of mark is over him, but pay attention to him, right? Look at him. He's just sitting still. He's looking at everything. He's looking at the quarterback's eyes. He's not moving backwards, right? And once he sees it, he's triggering on it, and he catches this ball in the air. Boom. Knocks them out clean, knocks the ball in the air. And when the ball's in the air on defense in the middle of the field, you know it's going to be a turnover 9 times out of 10, right? And fun fact, y'all, this guy right here that got hit, he plays for Carolina, okay? Just want to let y'all know that. But anyways, this is another good play by him, because once again, he's not giving up ground. He's moving forward, right? And he's also having good eyes on the quarterback and seeing everything develop. And once he sees it, he's triggering on it and gives him a good lick in the chest, bro. I know that hurt, man. And they were also able to get the interception off of it, so that's good. All right, so this next one, I want to show his skills in off coverage. And normally safeties are always good in off coverage since they're always playing from afar. You really get a safety like Jesse who can play up and play off, So offensively, what Alabama's doing, they're pretty much running all curls. So you're going to have the outside receiver, number one receiver. He's going to run a deep curl, okay? You're going to have the number two receiver. He's also going to run a curl. He's not going to run as deep, but he's going to run a curl route, okay? And then the number three receiver right here, he's going to stem the route inside, and also he's going to hook it up over the ball. We call this an OTB route, or over the ball route, because what he's trying to do, he's trying to get this hook defender, which will be him in a second. He's trying to get him to attach to that, where it'll be an easy read for this, because you're supposed to read this outside to in. So if this guy gets up under this first one, you will have this. And so if this guy expands right here, you're going to be reading this guy, which will be Billy. Does he expand to this curl, or does he squeeze on this? And so it's really just reading defenders. Like I said before, you read route, or you read defenders and not route. So basically everything is predicated off of him. If he sits here, you have this. If he expands out here, now you're reading this guy, okay? To go to the other side of the concept, it's literally just the same thing, but it's also tagged with a shallow route. Not a shallow, but a swing route. That way, if you get cover three, you can high-low the curl flat defender. But if we're getting man, we really like it over here, okay? They're running a 33 blitz, but instead of this blitzer being the fifth rusher, he's going to pretty much be a spy. He's going to just sit here and spy, basically. Okay, you're going to have Billy Bowman rotate down and play the middle hook. He's playing seam to flat, which is more match based. So he's going to pretty much match number two up and out if he does that. But if he goes under at a certain landmark, he's going to just say under, okay? But he's playing seam to flat. You have a deep third right here by the corner, okay? You have another deep third by the corner. You have in the middle third by the corner, okay? Or by the safety rather. And then also your other seam to flat, okay? So this is what they're doing on defense. When we talk about this, I've talked about this a lot, but in a 33 blitz, okay, you already know he's responsible for the number one. He's responsible for number two. He's responsible for number three, if there is a number three. Now, if it was a 2x2, let's say he's over here, right? And the running back is on this side, then he will be responsible for that running back, because then it'll be a push call. If he expands this way, this guy will take that running back, and then he'll be responsible for the number two receiver, okay? I'm kind of getting nerdy with this, okay? But I hope you're following me, right? But since they're in a 3x1 set, just know that this guy is responsible for Billy Bowman, or vice versa rather. So you're going to see what he's really good at. He's good at mirroring the stem of the route. So what I mean by stem is it's like the initial path of the route. So if he were to stem it outside, he's going to go this way, but he's stemming this route inside, and Billy's doing a good job of mirroring this. And you're supposed to hit this with anticipation. You're not supposed to hit this as soon as he's breaking, Jalen. Okay, not a good throw. But also, nonetheless, this is also good defense by Billy. You could argue it's a flag, but he got there as soon as the ball arrived. That's great timing, and was able to knock this ball down, right? So good play by him for actually being able to mirror this receiver from depth, and also breaking on it, because when he turns this around, what's that about? What? He's like right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. He's about 6 to 7 yards off, and he closes that space really quickly, okay? I know he timed about a 4.5, but 40 times really don't matter if they have great play speed, right? You can sit up here and say, oh, he runs a 4.6, he runs a 4.7, but when you turn on the tape and you see how he's moving during the play, like testing speed and play speed are two different things. And he has very good play speed, even with the 4.5 40, I think. Maybe he runs a 4.4, but either way, he plays faster than his combine times, right? That's all I'm getting at. So one thing that does catch my eye about him is like he's just very good at not just avoiding but destroying blocks. So you really don't get that from a lot of DBs. So Billy Bowman's right here, and what the offense is doing, they're running an RPO. They're going to do inside zone this way, and they're going to do a swing screen this way. So they're going to get this receiver get out here. I think that's a receiver. He looks like a tight end, but these two guys are going to get out here and be blockers. He's pretty much going to run him off, or just block him if he's up close. And you're going to get this guy doing the swing screen. So let's look at Billy and how this plays out, because he takes on this block from a big guy and he just shrugs him off like it's nothing. Okay, let's look at it right here, bro. So once again, he's the down safety in the situation, and look at this. That is a big guy. He's about 5'9". This guy has a lot of inches on him. Pause. But look, the way he just takes on this block, it's like he almost it's like I'm watching a linebacker. It looked like he damn near just stacked and shedded him. Look at this. Stack, shed, get off me. And he's going to make the tackle, and that was a negative play. Like, that's stuff you see linebackers do, bro. Look at this. Like, that's damn near a stack and shed. Look at this. He's going to stack him, and he's going to shed him. Like, That is crazy. That's crazy technique from a DB, bro. You don't see DBs doing this every day. Come on, man. Like, I really think Billy Bowman has like just a knack for creating like negative plays. So they're pretty much going to do the same type of swing screen. They're just going to get into it differently. This is Mizzou, by the way, but they're going to have these guys go block up, right? They're going to have this guy motion out and be a third blocker, and he's going to be the swing screen guy right here, okay? And Billy's, once again, he's playing this from depth. He's at safety. And like I said before, he's not only just good at, you know, destroying blocks, he can get around them too. Like, he's just very quick, okay? Let's just watch this and play out. So you're going to get this motion out, exit motion, and look at this. He sees it. Once again, like I said before, let's pitch into these safeties. He's going to back up. Now, granted, he is rotating down, but all of these DBs, they're backing up, and he's the only one moving forward because he sees it. And look at that. Like, they wouldn't even, it's like they didn't even think he was there. You would think they just didn't pay attention to him, but he got through that block so fast, it made it look like he just wasn't there, okay? Boom, I got through. Easy tackle. Like, he creates a lot of negative plays. Like, one thing I do know, if we're gonna continue to play that style of defense from last year, like if we're blending in what we did last year with Jeff Ulbrich stuff in New York, we're gonna have guys playing like far off like this in at times, okay? And you're gonna need guys who can get off blocks like this or just straight up avoid them, right? D. Alford, he could do this, but he couldn't do it at this level consistently, right? Like, I could point to the Cowboys game where I could see him get off a block really quick and make it happen, but there were also other games like where the Washington Commanders game where, like, if they ran a screen his way, he wasn't getting off that block, right? But Billy, he can get off these blocks. He can get through these blocks, whatever, because he's going to make that play. He wants to make the play, okay? So this last play is coming against my Tigers, right? So what they're going to do is they're going to motion over Mason Taylor, right? And I think the routes really aren't that important in this situation, because all you need to know is that this running back, he's going to release out this way. You're going to have these guys pretty much just running off, okay? And what the defense is doing, they're doing a zero blitz, right? So everybody's, you know, coming on the line, right? And then you're going to have this linebacker add in. So it's going to be a 6-man rush, and they're going to block it up with 6 guys. So that's good. And since they run cover 0, so pre-snap, right, we're gonna go back pre-snap. Let me fix this real quick. So we're gonna rewind it pre-snap. Since I said it was cover 0, this safety was responsible for Mason Taylor, but once you're gonna see, they're gonna pass it off once he gets over here. So now Billy is responsible for that guy, and you're gonna see how this plays out, because they're gonna pass off this guy, right, and they're gonna put Mason in protection, okay? And I said this last time when I did Xavier Watts, where Georgia did a motion towards the play, if that makes sense, where they're gonna give him eye candy, and this eye candy is gonna take him to the play and where he needs to make it, right? If that makes sense. You guys should go watch the video, hit 10K. But you're gonna see right here, once this play is underway, this running back is gonna release into the flat, because remember, originally Billy Bowman was responsible for this tight end, so now he's blocking. He ain't got to worry about him. But he also sees this running back is just getting fast to the flat on his side, so he's gonna pick him up. Like, looking for work is so essential in playing zone coverage, because essentially when you're in zero blitz and your man's blocking, you're pretty much a zone defender now. You're just looking at the quarterback, you're just looking for work. And since, like I said before, this motion took his eyes right to the play, and look at that, 2nd down and long became 3rd and even longer, because he got out there and come on, man, like, this is unfair, bro. They pretty much lost a yard on this, right? And think about it. He started out about 10 yards away and made this play at or behind the line of scrimmage. That is some crazy closing speed. That's some crazy closing speed and good tackling. Despite him being, you know, top of the nation in missed tackles, I think it was missed tackle rate, like 18% or something like that. He can tackle. Like, we just have to drill the fundamentals and he'll be fine. It's not like he has bad tackling for him per se. It's inconsistent, just like most DBs. They're not consistent tacklers all the time, but he's a rookie. He's going to have a chance to grow, and I really like him as a player. And like I said before, he's probably the next Tyrann Mathieu, because he plays just like him. Same body style, or same body composition, same play style, same flexibility. He can do everything, man. Anyways, y'all, that's it from me. Once again, if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more. I upload Falcons content very often, and I'll see you guys later in the next video. Goodbye.